Hello everyone. So today in this cooking tutorial series we are going to work on this recipe UI. So here you can see the name of the recipe and ingredients and then some description. So this data is pulled from a data table. So we are going to create a data table that contains details about various different recipes, and this window will be initialized using data from the data table based on the recipe that we are going to cook. So yeah, and yeah, that's what we are going to work on today. So we have already worked on dragging and dropping these items. So right now this is not updating based on what we put into the pot, but first we will work on the UI and how to initialize them, and then after that, maybe not in next episode, maybe not in this episode, we will work on how to detect items that I have put into the pot and tick them off. So yeah, and then we can start cooking. All right, so let's get into that. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from the Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access everything without any limit. So feel free to check it out. I'll leave links in description below. And here is the full playlist of the cooking series. So everything is shared here. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself. And this episode is sponsored by this generous patron. Thank you very much for your support. Right, so to work on recipes, I'll first need some data structure that I can use to store recipe data for in the recipes data table. So here let's create a structure is recipe, and here first item I'll just call it ingredients. So I'm not gonna complicate this much. It's just I don't want to define an amount here. It's just only the ingredients that we need. So I'll make this an array, and also I'll add a description of the recipe too. This shouldn't be an array. So as for the default values, it be description. Okay. All right. And then let's go to our data folder and let's create a data table using recipe dt recipes. Actually, don't think we need an idea. Oh, I.d. Okay, now let's go here. So first thing, chicken. Let's add some simple thing. Let's call it chicken potato soup. Oh, we gotta have spaces. Alright. In that case, I'll add a name to dish name. Chicken potato soup. I'll use it without spaces as the row name, as the identifier, and as the name chicken potato. So items, well, chicken and potato. Receipt description. Put chicken and potato in wood and boil for 2 minutes. That's it. Alright, now let's create. So I want to show the recipe maybe as a part of the inventory. So maybe like here. So let's create a different UI. Widget blueprint. WBP press. Okay. Here let's add a vertical box. Maybe to keep the same colors. Let me copy this background color. Here, let's wrap this with a border. And then for the border brush color, yes, this. Oh, wait a second. Here we already have this item panel. Let me copy this. So we can easily get border and vertical box and this name and this line. So yeah, that's easy. So here, let me delete this and paste. Okay, now this I'll change. See name as default value. See, and yeah, line is already there. So down here, I would need to add ingredients. Maybe ingredients can be just another text element. So let me duplicate this and put it after the line text ingredients. Okay, and here for testing, I'll put ingredient 1, ingredient 2, like this. This I don't want it to be same size as the title, so let's make it smaller. And then another text description. Okay, visit description. That's all I need for now. Okay, now let me add this. Oh, wait a second. So here I'll add a function to initialize recipe. Here as the input, I would need the recipe name. So this is a name. Okay. Recipe name. And I'll promote this to a variable. And Then let's create a data table. dt recipes. Why do I always type I? Type E in place of I. And this should be a data table. Then we can set the recipes table as the reference, and from the recipes we can find get data table row. What's this name? So we can access this outro. We can break this into S receipts. So if the row found, then receipt name, we can, no, here, text receipt name, recipe name, set text with the dish name. Oh, I should have called it recipe name, but it's alright. And I'll set the description next because that's easier. So yeah, set text. Maybe I should promote this to a variable. Yeah. Let's promote to variable s recipe. That. So that later on if I need to access this again, I can. I'll call this instead of s recipe data. That's a better name. Okay, and now I need to set ingredients, and unlike other stuff, this is an array. So I'll get recipe data here. Again, run a for each loop. So I want to append them one by one in this manner. We need to have this dash as well. But how do I do that? Here I do a append we will have to do a conversion, but initially I'll add dash space and this, and then I'll add another element and hit. So I need to go to a new line, so this new line, and then let's promote this to a, let's add a local variable in gradients list. This should be in the type of string, right? So I'll get the string, but we should have appended that. Let's find this here. this, the new line, and here the dash space, ingredients first. Alright, ingredients list set. And at the end, I'll set text ingredients. You can set text with this ingredients list. File save. Okay, now these hide unconnected pins, this should work. So let's add this receipt widget into the inventory. All right, what's the 50-50? Okay, so I'll anchor this to the top right. 1, 50, 50. Okay, now just to see how it works, here, let's go to the, do we have constructor? Let's give a reference to the recipe and initialize recipe. And as the recipe name, I'll use this one. File, save everything. Not updated, but that's fine. Let's play and see. It's not appearing. All right. I think here one of these is hidden because I copied. Yeah, this is collapsed. Okay, so that's why. Right, now let's see. It's working, but you can see this is overflowing. Chicken potato soup, we have the ingredients, but this is overflowing. So why is that? Let's see. Text. Let's enable that. Let's see. Now it's wrapping, but still this is not overflowing correctly. We don't need this pair, or we do. But here, select the recipe and enable size to content. Now let's see. Yeah, it's working now. See? Okay, this is good. So if you want to wrap this before this amount, maybe we can go to wrap at set 300. Let's see. Yeah, we can set the wrapping length. So yeah, now here we can see the recipe, and here we have the inventory. So the next step would be, when I drag and drop, these items should be ticked off. If I drop a potato, it will be ticked off, and if I drop a chicken, this should be ticked off. So Maybe that is let's do that for the next episode, and then after that we can start the burner and start cooking the soup. Then we can complete cooking. Similarly, if we put some wrong ingredient, that should be accounted as well, and then we will not be successfully cooking the dish that we were planning to do. So that is also needs to be detected. So yeah, let's look into those things in upcoming episodes. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.